Radio Freccia. Libera come noi.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so today we are in Fiorentina Baker in Milan that is presenting this incredible exhibition by the legendary photographer. It's cool to be called legendary.
Yes, it's cool.
Janette Beckman.
Thank you.
And she's the photographer who was able to capture some very iconic shootings of some of the most important and loved rock stars, such as, and punk rockers, such as The Clash, Sex Pistols, The Police, and a long list of other names. You had the chance to meet, for example, The Police, when you said they were just free punk rockers.
Right.
And how did you feel, like, looking at them and seeing their career growing in such an incredible way?
It's really crazy because I photographed the first Police album cover. Basically, well, for a start, they were wearing American parachute suits, and that was in England, and we didn't have one for Andy, and he's about my height, or a little taller. So, and I had one, I just came back from America, so I gave him my parachute suit. We didn't have a stylist, we didn't have hair, we didn't have makeup. It was just me and the art director and these three punks in a tunnel by Waterloo Bridge. So, amazing to see what happened to them.
Did you expect them to?
No, we never knew that people were going to get famous. I mean, it was so crazy. I got the shot, it went on the album cover, and then I went to LA, like, I don't know, maybe 6-9 months later, and there was my picture for the first time on a huge giant billboard of Sunset Boulevard, you know, by Tower Records. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then I saw it on, you know, bubblegum wrappers and T-shirts, and then I was like, oh, this is so great. I just took a picture. I got paid for it, but I didn't get paid much. But I didn't know about asking for money for merchandising or anything. I was just like, oh my God, my picture's famous. That was it.
How was it to work with Sex Pistols?
Well, when I was working with them, it was very early. It was actually before they said the F word on TV.
Okay.
And it was great. We just spent the day, me and a friend were photographing them, and we just spent the day following them around. So, you know, we were in Hyde Park, and they were kind of three punks just fooling around. You know, oh, let me jump in the dumpster. That's a good idea. I'll take a picture. And then, you know, we'd go and photograph them in their little rehearsal studio. And that was, you know, they were great.
Yeah.
And but we never really knew that they were going to become so famous. I mean, it's... You know.
Nowadays, there are famous artists, but most of them are not that iconic as they were in the past. What could be the reason?
Well, that's an interesting question. I mean, I think that, you know, a lot of these artists are really iconic. Like, you know, if you think about Led Zeppelin or the Rolling Stones, I mean, there weren't that many of them back in the day that got to be so big. You know, back in, you know, when I was a kid, it was the Stones or the Beatles. You know, it was one or the other. Me personally, I was always a Rolling Stone fan. You know, I mean, there were less big bands. Now there's so many of them.
Like, technology changed the idea of taking just even one picture.
Right.
And now, how do you deal with it? How do you deal with technology? How do you deal with this idea of, okay, I can take one picture, but actually I can take as many as I want?
You know, I mean, back in the day, it was actually a lot easier to take pictures of bands because you never had somebody standing by, like a, you know, manager or something. You never, it was just pretty much you and the band. Yeah. So you never had someone standing there going, oh, you can't take a picture of them here, or they only like this lighting. And now it's so controlled, like big rock stars. Like, let's say you want to take a picture of Beyonce, forget it. Yeah. I mean, you could take a picture, then you could take 1,000 pictures, and she would edit them and say it's this one. And she's going to choose it. Back in the day, I would go on tour with a band for 3 days. I would take 5 rolls of film, maybe 100 shots, and I would be the one to choose which was the great shot that was going in the magazine.
Yes, it was your power.
Yeah, it was my power. Whereas now, I think, you know, stars, they have a lot of power to control their image, and you know, and I still you know, I work with digital now, and obviously you could take thousands of pictures, but I don't like to take too many pictures.
But do you still use like an analogic camera sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
I just did a spring campaign for Levi's,
Okay.
for Worldwide, and they had me shooting, I was allowed to shoot film and digital, so that was really
Cool.
great for me, yeah. And I was shooting black and white film mostly, so we have nice contact sheets, and it's a different thing. So I can do both, which is cool, but, you know, honestly, I don't like to, right now I'm doing this Fiorentini and Vega extraordinary people shoot, and we don't take hundreds of pictures. If you got the shot, you got the shot. There's no need to take 100 pictures if you got the shot in 50. So,
like, as a photographer, how do you feel when someone takes a picture of you?
I don't like having the picture taken.
Okay.
But that being said, it makes me very sympathetic to the subject, and most people don't really love having their picture taken.
Yeah.
Even, you know, musicians or people who are used to it, they don't like it. So I'm always, you know, they always go, oh, that was the easiest photo shoot, because I try and make it fast for them.
Okay.
And get it, you know, it's like, it's no worse than going to the dentist.
Radio Freccia. Libera come noi.